Hello, I'm Jessica Palmer here at Reeling Skates magazine today for our one-on-one exclusive interview. You may have heard of him online, plastered on billboards, or even on the dying art that is late-night television. The rising star, Basil Jeffrey Tiles, better known as Baysille, has risen to fame, and today we'd like to invite Baysille himself into the spotlight. This is RSM's exclusive, Baysille in the Spotlight.
Thank you. So honestly, it's so fucking good to be here today. So fucking good to be here today. I'm excited to see you and see my...
Yeah, great. So Baysille, it's so good to have you here with us today. Honestly, I don't know what to expect from you. A bit of a loose cannon, obviously. I know you've got your fans in the audience.
Woo! Shout out!
I'm sure there'll be some hard-hitting questions today from the public as well and the viewers. So, yeah. But let's get right into it. So, some of the public here, you know, people not from this generation might not recognise you. Obviously, you went viral on TikTok, as we all know, for your famous dance.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, yeah, I never did that, I never did this.
So,
yeah.
First things first though, why the name Baysille? And what does it say about you as an upcoming artist?
Well, Baysille, you know, it's like a set of instructions, like you have to click the white button at the next to the door. But also, you know, it's kind of like, you know, it's a metaphor, you know, obviously.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, it's Latin, you see. It's Latin for obviously. Obviously. Yeah. It'd be a bit weird if I was like some kind of plant.
Yeah, no, of course. And interesting, I suppose that gives us a bit of a good understanding of who you are and what your message is and your style and your reason. But moving on, what was that claim to fame? How did you get here?
Well, you know, I could sell like some like sob story about how like, you know, like I started off selling like flip-flops on the side of the street. But really, I mean, you know, like bam, you know, one hit song, record deal, bam, you know, tits and fanny, you know. Not like, you know, in a gendered way, you know, of expression like that. More in like, you know, I love women for their soul. Go out, women! Woo! You know, meet you backstage. But you know, also like, you know, and bam, you know, it was like I was on fucking like old school fucking MTV Cribs.
I mean, I see. I mean, you're quite, you know, it's quite easy for you compared to other people, arguably. But you know, it's about your attitude, really, isn't it? And what message you have for perhaps some new upcoming artists in the crowd, perhaps, or any of our viewers?
Honestly, like, don't just rely on like Big Daddy's money, if you get what I'm saying. Like, don't just be like a standard like industry plant. You know, you don't want something basic. No one wants something clean. You know, you gotta be original. You know, you gotta be different. You know, you gotta be like more like punk and different than like a Frida Kahlo theme like table set. You know, you gotta be out there like a Sex Pistols orgy. You know, you gotta be different. You gotta be bam. You know. Don't be polite, you know, you gotta be a winner, you know. Winner, chicken dinner, as they say.
I see, but how exactly did you find the industry when you got planted in there?
Well, you know, it did kind of like feel like home, to be honest. Like, you know, like for me, like, it's about the people, you know what I mean? Like, when you really start to like understand the people, that's when, you know, and your fans, you know, you really start to understand like the human connection and how like all connected and soul bonded to each other. You know, through ourselves, and you know, it's all about people, man. You know, me inside people, people inside me, me inside of me. You know, like what does it like mean? You know, what does it all fucking mean? You know, and like when you're in the culture of it, you really start to understand those quintessential, multi-dimensional like intricicities, obviously.
And we can understand where you're coming from, and it makes sense that you feel very comfortable, as you said, and at home, being your father being one of the, you know, quite profound record label owner of the record label Onions don't smile.
Yeah, obviously, that fucking question was coming up. And, I'm actually quite transparent with who I am as a musician. Yes, my dad does own my record label. And, that's a privilege that I have, and I'm fully aware that I have. And I have other privileges. I'm a man. I'm a white man. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't easy for me, because it was fucking hard. I have to have the talent. I have to be good at what I fucking do at the end of the day. So it doesn't always come down to your money and your dad owns a record company.
No, of course.
It doesn't.
And I don't think anyone here is suggesting that you're bad at what you do. Although, when you put your work out there, that's obviously quite controversial. As such as the clothes you wear, I mean, it's quite an intense to wear.
Made it myself.
Yeah, and, people are allowed to have their opinions and it might be arranged. But what is the meaning behind your work? Who is Baysille and what compels you to be, as you say, so good at what you do?
What compels me so good at what you do? Well, first of all, the t-shirt. You can laugh what you want, but I think it actually sends a message about how us as human beings are just so complicated. And there's never one side to the story. There's always two sides. And there's two sides. There's two sides, baby! People can call me what they want, they can call me an abuser, but they're just haters. They're just haters. What makes me good at what I do? About my music.
Yeah.
My music is about so much. And it makes me laugh, really. What my music is about. My music is about my struggle. My music is about my journey with myself and connecting that with people and seeing if they understand me, seeing if they understand where I'm coming from and the struggles I've had in my life, because, going back, we just talked about it, your dad owns a record company, you're a cis white man, what does it all mean? I think at the end of the day, it really all just comes back to, how I feel inside of myself. And inside of myself, I do just feel like, a poor boy, nobody loves me.
You're just a poor boy from a poor family?
Yeah, you fucking get it, man. Spare me this life of fucking mediocrity, Yeah. Woo!
Well, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure to have you here today. And on that note, we're going to have a sneak peek at Baysille's new song.
Woo!
Clap again.
This goes out to baristas in prisons. Hashtag not my milk. Shout out my fans. I love you. I was so in love with you till you showed me your real face. Like a lighthouse in the dark, you made me feel like a disgrace. If I need to get over you, do the things that I want you to. I need to begin my life anew. I will be the next superstar. I will be the next superstar. Life wasn't so always easy for me. Money doesn't grow on trees. I grew up by the beach, doing drugs and getting in fights. It was all games to me, but my inner tortured artist needed escape, you see. I will be the next superstar. You will love me as who you are. I will be the next superstar. My fingers are wet, so it's my guitar. I'll kick your mouth in, I'll be an all-star. kill your dad, and be your brother. I'm an introduction of who you are. I guess anyone can be the next superstar. And now my song's done and I am at peace. Except for that one bitch, fuck you, Denise. And you know, that song, you couldn't all laugh, but was about a lot of like different things. Like this whole, with me, you know, and as who I am as like an artist, it's all about like who I can be and like the struggles, you know, that I've gone to as an artist, you know, who I am deeply inside myself and like the dark places that, you know, I've gone to, you know. You know, it hasn't always been easy, you know, being me and with like the thoughts inside my head, and my music is like a way for me to like get all my thoughts and like put them inside of myself and represent those dark alleyways. Like it's like, I like my life, you know, when I think about it, it's kind of like a dark cage with like bars, prison bars. And my life is kind of like this endless spiral of like life inside of myself and self-tortured thoughts that I find enclosed within my mind. And it's hard, okay? It's really hard to get myself together and actually do this for you guys, because you can say what you want. You know, you can say, oh, you know, like daddy's money, or you know, like class privilege, or you know, white privilege, or like male privilege, or whatever. But like this is hard, Mar. This is so fucking hard. Like I like to see, like, to be fair, you know, it's daring and like it's different. You know, and I'd really like to, you know, see, you know, what it's like for other people, you know, because I think at the end of the day, you know, you guys, you know, can all like sit there and stand there, you know, and laugh at me, you know, like ha 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 ha, you know, because it's so like, you know, like it's so easy to laugh at. But you know, actually, you know, if you had like one like look in like side my fucking mind, you know, you'd be like, oh, he's so fucking esoteric. You're like, oh, he's so fucking esoteric, and fucking like, I've never been to the dark fucking places like he's gone to, and like, you know, I'll never really understand like who he is as a person, you know, and you know, it's kind of insulting, you know, you can all just like sit there and laugh, but I put like so much fucking work into my artwork and work into who I am like as a fucking person, you know, because like, you know, because at the end of the day, you all are just like, you know, fucking faggots, and like, you know, yeah, laugh again, you just fucking laugh again. Is a slur fucking funny to you? That's what I thought, yeah, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's kind of like a how dare you situation. Like, you know, I'm fucking sorry that I'm fucking famous at the end of the day. I'm fucking sorry that I'm fucking famous and you guys are all fucking losers who sit there fucking laughing at me. Yeah, it's just so fucking funny, isn't it? I want to see, you know, just sit there and think like, oh, my artwork isn't complete shite. My artwork isn't garbage. I come here and I go on stage and I fucking put on a fucking show full of you guys for my record label, for my fans, for my people that actually fucking care about me. So at the end of the day, it is kind of ridiculous. All right? How fucking dare you all fucking sit there, fucking think you're better than me, think you're better than fucking the artist of the fucking year, or this, or that, or this fucking prestige that I actually do fucking have, because it's fucking insulting, and it really, you know, it just pisses me off. At the end of the day, all of you just piss me the fuck off, and you know, I'm out to my, yeah, still laughing. It's credential to who I am as a person, that maybe I am just fucking good at what I do, and I put fucking effort into everything that I fucking put my work into, and my fucking heart and soul. I have a merch table outside. Support local businesses.